Hey, yo, what's going on with y'all boys, man? CGODB. Welcome back to my channel. Let me know down below how y'all been. First of all, I know it's been quite a minute. I've just been busy day-to-day life, paying my bills, etc. But tonight I'm here to discuss some different lineups and stuff, and I got quite a bit to share with you guys. I went through, kind of brainstormed some different lineups and alternate versions of lineups as well, because I know we pretty deep team, so it's hard to include everybody, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, I did my best. I even created some wacky little fun variations of lineups at the end that I'm gonna show you guys. After the starting, the bench, the closing, and then the alternate versions of those, I'm gonna show you the wacky lineups. But yeah, I mean, it's just like a little fun video, you know what I mean? Let me know down below your different variations, if you have any changes to make, or if you agree with my variations. But yeah, I mean, for this starting lineup, though, a lot of familiar faces, and I did that on purpose, right? So, point guard, honestly, I think Reggie's going to win the point guard battle because he's earned it. John Wall's been kind of MIA past couple of years. Reggie Jackson been putting in major work for our team. And just for continuity purposes, I think it would really help out PG and especially Kawhi, having Reggie out there. Just seeing familiar faces, Batum, Zubac, of course. I think this would just be a really, really nice base lineup just to throw out there. And it's kind of like, if you're playing any card game, right, where you're using strategy, doesn't have to be poker, right? You're just showing your base cards or something like that just to throw off the other opponent, right? This is kind of like our base card lineup. We're not throwing the kitchen sink at them. We're mainly just just throwing out our base guys that we're most comfortable with, right? Everyone here is highly competent at their position. So I just think this would be really great. And then afterwards, you can stagger different lineups, throw in your bench squad, or rotate some guys out, rotate out Zubac or Batum, Reggie, throw in some different guys. I know typically Paul George comes out before Kawhi when they're both on the floor together, and then PG gets some run in with the second squad while Kawhi's on the bench. Yeah, so I know they do that and stuff, but yeah, overall though, Reggie kind of like the de facto face of the team, kind of like how Beverly was and stuff like that when he was on the team, and kind of like playing that role player, but like fan favorite type of role. We already know Reggie spacing the floor. He's going to be able to get some really nice catch and shoot looks. I expect his efficiency to go way up, getting clean looks off of Kawhi and PG's dribble penetration and whatnot. So, I mean, Reggie's in for a big year, guys. He's in for a big year. And anyone that hates on him just needs to wake the fuck up, man, because he's one of like the truest, just straight ballers in the league, man. It's just Reggie's style and stuff, and just his chemistry with all the rest of the guys is just amazing, And when he's next to PG and Kawhi, we've seen in the playoffs, it's the best version of Reggie, guys. And we can't forget that, right? So we can't disrespect Reggie. I got to have him starting PG. Shooting guard, we got Paul George, of course. We already know what he does, right? Not much explaining needed. Same thing with Kawhi at small forward. In the starting lineup, I prefer to have these guys at shooting guard and small forward. Kind of helps with the rebounding, of course, and it gives us, like, you typically want to start big when you start out the game, right? Because most teams bring in a 7-footer off the gate. So yeah, I mean, Zubac, really, really great high-quality center. Same thing with Batum, familiar face, really great glue guy. So I think the starting lineup would be what I would personally roll out next. So this is the bench lineup right here. I know, Amir Coffey, Luke Kennard, you don't see them, right? Well, that's just a testament to how deep this fucking team is, guys. We can't include everybody. Who am I going to kick out? Morris? Terrence Mann? I don't think so, man. I just don't think so. Amir Coffey, he hasn't earned his place over Terrence Mann, in my opinion. He's not better than Norman Powell, all right? I love Amir Coffey. Same thing with Luke Kennard. He's going to be getting a lot of DNPs, and he's going to be getting paid quite a bit to do so. So, Yeah, I mean, the people trying to trade Morris, I don't really get it. But Luke Kennard is more like expendable in my opinion. But I would hold on to him just for like depth and injury purposes. And then, of course, you could even throw him in and stagger him in a starting lineup next to like Kawhi and PG if you need like a really good floor spacer out there. Luke Kennard, he benefits a lot from being a specialist, right? So, yeah, I mean, that's all good. That's my explanation for those two guys just being out. Cause yeah, so PG John Wall. I think John Wall being off the bench would be really great because he's like a kind of a change of pace guy at this point. And I think he would really strive next to the rest of these guys because all these guys you see right here are starting caliber players, right? If they're on any other team, so John Wall playing next to these dudes right here, I think it's just gonna be a recipe for success. Like he's gonna be able to just do his thing. Floor spacing is gonna be so elite, right? Everybody can shoot. Um, John Wall can just focus on playmaking, getting the ball rolling in that aspect of the game. Norman Powell, we know what he can do. He's just efficient. He's not gonna waste many dribbles. Kind of gets to his spots. Can score from all over the floor. Terrence Mann, highly switchable player, high energy guy, great slasher. Probably the best transition guy in this lineup right here, depending on how John Wall looks. But yeah, Terrence Mann, he's a must this year. He's a must in terms of playing time. I hope he gets big minutes because he's a problem, and his dominance on the game like really shows when he's in. Like you notice when Terrence Mann is in, because he makes like a big time effect on the game, and the other team has to adjust, right? So, and then you got Morris. It's kind of interchangeable, right? So you could switch Morris in at the starting lineup. I know we've seen that a lot, right? The Reggie, PG, Kawhi, Morris, Zubac. But I just threw Batum out there just for more so defensive purposes and stuff, and kind of being that glue guy. But you could even throw Morris in the starting lineup, and then Batum and Rocco, have them both play that kind of quasi, power forward center roles. But yeah, I mean, got Morris right here, a premier scorer, guys. And the Morris haters, I don't get it. This dude, he's honestly underrated. Like, we do not go far in the playoffs. Do we even make it out of the first round versus Dallas without Morris? I know Kawhi was going crazy, but Morris hitting those clutch shots and stuff like that. Even last season, just ice water in his veins versus the Lakers. We do not go 4-0 without him or win as many games. The people complaining on him got to realize, with our fully healthy team, he's like our fifth or sixth option. Sometimes fourth, depending if he's hot. But last year, he was number 2. He was public enemy number 2 with Reggie being number 1. And those guys were catching the most flack. And I just don't get it. Like, they even like looked into the stats. They say that Morris he's almost like, in terms of elite ISO scores, he's on the borderline there. So I think having him in this lineup, just being able to, if you really need to, he could just get his own shot, doing his little post fade or whatnot, his mid ranges. But yeah, I mean, then you got Rocco, just high energy guy, great off ball defender, playing that small ball center. I think those would be really great. It'll be interesting to see what they do with this backup center spot. I'd rather have Rocco play there than Moses Brown. I guess we'll see, right? I don't know, like, the percentages from, regular lineups to small ball. I don't know, like what we're gonna do, right? Because we don't kind of have the backup center. Because Diabate is gonna kind of be on that 2-way contract. He's mainly gonna be playing in Ontario, so yeah, it's let me know. Definitely let me know down below your variation of the bench lineup. Do you have Reggie off the bench? Do you have Luke Kennard in instead of Terrence Mann or whatever the fuck? Just let me know your different variations. There's a plenty of different directions you can go with this. That's why this video was really fun for me to make. This closing lineup right here. So personally, I can't take Reggie out the closing lineup after what this man did and what I've seen him continue to do over and over. This man Reggie can be shooting 2 for 10, and then he'll shoot 5 for 7 in like the last 5 minutes of the game. This dude has absolute he just has an absolute fuck you attitude. He does not care. He's gonna skip down the court, toodaloo, fucking spin layup, and just make you look like a clown. All right, Reggie, you gotta have him in the closing lineup. Even though he defensively probably is not the greatest, right? So, shooting guard, I gotta have Norm out there. This is like me just going for straight firepower, right? Shooting guard, gotta have Norm out there. Just one of the most skilled, right? And he was probably our biggest acquisition. It was basically our offseason move, that trade we acquired him. So, yeah, definitely got to have him out there. And I think he'll benefit from being able to guard shooting guards instead of small forwards. And then we got PG and Kawhi at small forward, power forward, of course. And then we got Rocco at center. So you can have Rocco out there. You can have Batum. Or even Morris, depending if he's hot. But, yeah, I mean, that center role, honestly, I'd put Rocco there because he's really great, like, off-ball defender and can kind of elevate everyone else's game, shoot pretty hot from the corner. So I'd honestly have him out there. And this is like my semi-small ball closing lineup. This is honestly what I'll roll out there with under 5 minutes left. Yeah, I think this would just be incredibly lethal, right? Everyone here can just shoot the lights out, get their own shot for the most part, except Rocco. This would just be like hell. It'd be hell on earth for teams to guard. I don't know how they're going to do it. This is my alternate starting lineup. So all I did was switch out Batum for Morris. I mean, we've seen this lineup thousands of times, right? So nothing else to say right here. This is my alternate bench lineup. I included Luke and Amir Coffey, right? So Terrence Mann, have him at point guard. Whatever, you could put Amir Coffey at point guard. It doesn't really matter. We've seen what they could do in the second units being the point guards. I think having them both on the floor would benefit since they both can handle the ball to an extent. But yeah, I mean, I think this would just be pretty solid. Everyone's pretty good defensively, except Morris. Morris is more on the average side, and Luke Kennard, he's average or a little bit below average. But yeah, I mean, this lineup looks pretty good to me. This is me just trying to include like Luke Kennard and Amir Coffey. I guess this is what it would look like. I wouldn't personally prefer to move Amir to the power forward spot. I'd keep him at small forward, shooting guard, and up because like he can't really rebound like that. But yeah, I mean, it's an alternate bench lineup. I just think it would be a really tough matchup for guys trying to score on Terrence Mann, being his size and being at the point guard spot. And you got that sniper and Luke. Amir Coffey can push the pace in transition, same with T-Man, and also can get a shot and whatnot and play make. But yeah, Morris, you got the ISO scorer out there, and then Rocco, just kind of that glue guy. But yeah, I mean, definitely let me know your guys' alternate bench lineup. This is mine right here. Obviously, I could switch it up and keep Norm out there, but I wanted to include Luke Kennard, Amir Coffey, so that's what it looks like. This is the alternate closing lineup, right? So we got Reggie, Norm, PG, Kawhi, Morris. So pretty much same thing as this closing lineup right here. I just switched out Rocco for Morris. And this really depends if Morris is hot, you know. Then we got to play that hand and, yeah, just ride it out. Because Morris, he's incredibly clutch. And that's why I have him in this closing lineup in the alternate version. Because he's just like, whew, we've seen it, right? We've seen it. We've seen him hit big shots. Yeah, he's just honestly incredibly underrated. But yeah, so this is what my version would look like. I think just as deadly as the other one, possibly a little bit more offensively, of course. You'll just take a hit on the rebounding, having Morris at center. But, yeah, I mean, Ty Lue likes to go small, right? So this is what I think it would look like. Next one. So this one's really wacky, right? I know. But just stick with me for a second, okay? So this is my all-wing lineup. So I was just trying to use every single wing on the roster, and this is what it came out to. And so Paul George at point guard. We've seen what this look like. He mainly plays point guard when he's out there anyway. So yeah, so he's kind of the de facto point guard right here, and this would just be hell on earth for like what how do you guard this? Like, are we small? Are we playing big? What are we playing, right? So this would just be like I don't know. This lineup would just incredibly mind fuck some teams, because how are you gonna guard Paul George at point guard like or Kawhi matching up on your shooting guards and stuff? I think this would just be really tough to guard. Like PG just having his size, being able to play make and score from anywhere. Kawhi being one of the most unguardable guys on the planet. Morris, premier sharpshooter, can ISO if you need him to. Yeah, I mean, him playing small forward, his feet aren't that fast, so that's the only concerning part. And then power forward, you got Batum, Rocco. Just you could just pretty much switch everything right here. I mean, Morris is the only one that's viable to get cooked, but it just looks this one looks kind of wacky. But honestly, I see it like in a world where this could work in specific matchups for some certain teams. Yeah, I mean, if you have any like funny variation lineups, let me know. Next one. This is our ultra small ball lineup. So we got John Wall at point guard. Shooting guard, we got Reggie Jackson. Small forward, we got Norm. Power forward, PG. Center, Kawhi. So I wanted to make at least one Kawhi center lineups, because I think it'll just, like, this lineup right here would just be pure, just, like, I don't know, man. I would think, like it was just the pace we would play at would just be fucking insane. Like, I don't know how teams would be able to deal with this. I know defensively we wouldn't be that great at all. I probably wouldn't use this lineup, but I guess it's all depends on the matchups. Like this lineup right here would be so fun, right? Like, just imagining it, just John Wall with his like acrobat layups and his pace. Just like doing his playmaking out there with just incredible spacing around him. Reggie playing the two, right? Him being the combo guard, slide him out to the two, and just being Reggie, being able to hit his shots and play make when he needs to, create a shot if he needs to. But everyone here can get their own shot, right? So this would just be really insane. Like, would be really deficient on defense, but just like incredibly potent on offense. So this is my ultra small ball lineup. This is my switch everything lineup. So this would be incredibly hard to score on, right? And I got the young buck Moose right there. I just wanted to include him in the lineup right here. Just a little food for thought, right? So Terrence Mann, point guard. It'll really be Paul George or Kawhi taking the ball up, right? It would just work with me here. So when I put someone at the point guard spot and you see these other guys, just know 9 times out of 10 they're not going to be taking the ball up. But Terrence Mann, he's going to be guarding the point guard. Shooting guard, PG, small forward, Kawhi. Then power forward, Rocco. Center, Moose. So this lineup right here, man, whew, I I don't know. This will just be like hell on earth for people to score on. And I just don't know, because Moose, like, even Moose, like, he can guard. He's even a more switchable defender than Rocco. Like, when I was watching this man in Summer League, I don't know. I don't know how you would score on this. And I would even be mad at this being a closing lineup, to be honest. Like, depending if we're playing, like, Luka Doncic or something, like, I think this is not terrible, right? Definitely let me know your guys' switch everything lineup. Like, I'm genuinely interested to know. Yeah, this would be mine, right? So just all across the board, you just got like lateral quickness, defense. 4 out of 5 guys can shoot, consistently. Moose, I seen him hit a 3-pointer in Summer League his first try, so I think even he has like a hidden bag that we haven't unlocked yet. But yeah, this would just be incredibly nasty. This is our 25 and under lineup, right? This is just like a little fun one for me to make. So everyone here is 25 and under, as you could see. We got the Prez at point guard, the President. We got shooting guard. We got team man, small forward. We got We got the Norcross Killer, BBJ. You know, I would even I'd highly vouch for BBJ to get minutes this year. Even on like when Kawhi's resting on back to backs or whatever, however they handle it, we'll see in the first week, right? So because we have a back to back in that first 10 games, in the first 2 weeks, I meant. But yeah, I mean, this is my 25 and under lineup, and I think even this lineup looks pretty cold. I mean, um, if I had the like if since Preston's gonna be on the G League most likely, Amir Coffey's 25, so I'd probably put him at point guard or Terrence Mann. Actually, no, I'm tripping. Never mind. He's down here on the bottom of the screen. Zubac. I was thinking of Zubac. My bad. Zubac's the other guy who's 25 and under. But yeah, I mean, obviously I can't put Zubac and Moose on the floor. I mean, it would be kind of hell for the spacing, so that's why I had it like this. But got Preston controlling the pace, playing that point guard role to the T. And we got T-Man, just doing this thing. We know what he does. BBJ just crossing everybody out, just kind of isoing out there doing his thing. Coffee, this is the only instance I'd have him at power forward for doing the 25 and under lineup. Then we got Diabate right there. So this one's just another fun one right here. Just kind of like just another wacky lineup, right? So I don't expect this to ever see this within the next year or two. I don't know. But yeah, next slide, right? So back to back lineup. So this is like if Kawhi's load managing and Reggie's taking a break too. Then you could put John Wall at point guard. Let's give BBJ the start, right? Or have him come off the bench. For sure give him big minutes whenever Kawhi or PG is not playing. Like, we just have to. I'd prefer him to get it even over, I love Luke, but just for my satisfaction, I'd have BBJ out there. Even though it's probably not the best idea, depending on certain matchups or whatever. If BBJ is just, if he's really cold, then I get why people would be mad. But yeah, I mean, I just think that we got to find a way to get him on the floor this year and getting that experience. And if we get BBJ at least 1,000 minutes on the floor, I think that would be really, really crazy and good for his development. So, yeah, I mean, John Wall, point guard. We got BBJ at shooting guard, small forward. We got PG, power forward, Morris, center, Zubac. So this one right here, I think, is like if Kawhi and Reggie were kind of taking a break or just getting a breather, and I'd probably give John Wall a start. Throw BBJ in there, This right here, I think this could be an incredibly fun lineup. And I'm definitely interested to see what you guys think down below. This is all the lineups I made. Yeah, I mean, I literally did all this within like 30 minutes, right? So don't hate on any of these edits, right? So I just did quick collage. Let me know what you guys think for sure, because I'm interested to get what you guys in these comments and see, just go like, back and forth and, kind of riff off each other and see, just discuss basketball, right? That's why we're all here. So, yeah, I mean, overall, I think Ty Lue has a lot of hands. He has a lot of hands he could play, and I barely even included Luke, Coffee, or BBJ, and those are our like 11th, 12th, 13 guys, like 13th guys on the lineup, right? So this team is just the talent is just gonna be crazy. I just don't know what else to say. Like, I don't know. I can't wait for this year to start. I guess I'm just gonna end it like that. But definitely get with me down below. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Trying to grow this channel, hit 100 subs. That would be really nice. Yeah, overall, let's just keep on growing this community, guys. I mean, I see more and more kids growing up Clipper fans, which warms my heart. I didn't grow up a Clipper fan. Well, technically I did, but I got into it later in my life, right? Because I didn't play basketball. I was mainly a football, baseball kid, right? So, but yeah, And also too, my story on how I became a Clipper fan, it's a little bit deeper in my catalog, but you can search it up and find it. It was, I didn't officially become a Clipper fan until that 2018 team when Shea Gill just got drafted. Um, but yeah, I mean, whew, I just can't wait for this year, guys. And let's just keep on pumping up this community. Stay strong, you know what I mean? But yeah, hope y'all been blessed. Have a good night. Thanks for listening to this video. Let me know if you made it all the way to the end. But yeah, y'all some real ones. Take it easy. Peace.